If you struggle with these types of fights, that's okay, we all do. But what I want to do here for you is break it down and show you that it's not as complicated as it seems. A lot of the principles that we've talked about in the other videos apply here. So I'm going to give you 2 reasons why size doesn't matter in CQB. Now, I want to talk about those, but I got to make sure we're speaking the same language in case you're new to the channel. So red zones are places you should not be unless you absolutely have to cross, and green zones are areas that you can stack advantages to win your fights. I've got some other videos that goes over the basics of that, but this video is about shrinking your environment and how those zones are affected. So the 2 things we need to add is patience and preventing the flanks. That's going to keep our green zones healthy and our red zones deadly. Now, I'm not afraid to point my mistakes. I didn't use any cover and I went down because of it. But my buddy here, he just absolutely rocked this example and clutched it out. If you look at this fight, it's kind of a medium size like distance, but whenever you look at the terrain, it's very micro terrain. You've got these little pillars, you've just got the stairs covering half your body, you know, the benches and stuff. This is not an ideal fighting zone. So why did he beat these people, right? Well, let's look at the Lifeline's perspective. From her perspective, being in the red zone, she didn't have a lot of cover to work with. She had those 2 pillars, and if she rotated outside, she would have had some other options, but she never got that choice. And that's because my teammate flanked to the outside. Now, normally, if there's other people, that might not be a great spot, but in this case, he only has to focus inwards. Notice the Lifeline's feet are in the red zone a lot during these fights. By him rotating to the outside, he stopped the flanking maneuver, keeping her in the red zone. So what if we're on the opposite end? Well, I have a video about how to draw people out towards you, and you can watch that later. But essentially, that's what we're doing here, is trying to get these people out in the open. I only have a little piece of cover that I can use, much like those pillars. But once we have those people drawn out into the open, we can slow down and be patient. We want them to be making the mistakes. And if they never come, it's fine. We can just find another spot for them to mess up. So first, you don't let them get your flank. Second, you be patient. Use your reloads behind cover, and if you see them reloading while they're out in the open and you're behind cover, that's a perfect time to spring your trap. All right, let's shrink the battlefield even more. Let's go down to less than a foot, let's say. We're watching for the principles of not letting them take our flank and using our cover patiently. My teammate's calming, another team is coming in, so I'm a little worried, but we get some information. We're in a good position because we've actually got cover from 2 different angles, notice, and we've got that moving shield for us. We don't let them take our flank. This was a bit of a mistake. I didn't know she was up top already, but then whenever we get back down here, we're using the shield. We're slowing the fight down to our speed. This is a very difficult thing to master, and I'm still working on it too, especially among all the chaos. But if you practice it at the different distances, you'll get it. And if you can get it once, you can get it 100 times. Until that 100th, watch your flank, slow down, and I'll see you in the next video.